by now, individuals and companies should have been made aware of GDPR. They've probably received a bunch of emails in their inboxes in May indicating that the terms of service of various websites are going to change on May 25th. That was the date that GDPR went into effect. GDPR stands for the General Data Protection Regulation. It's the European Union's effort to try to maximize their citizens' privacy by creating very stringent rules about data, when it can be collected, under what circumstances, who can collect it, how long it can be stored for, giving those people the right to have their data deleted. It's very rigid and creating sort of a new framework that businesses need to struggle with and make sure they're aware of, because if a business has a website, has a marketing campaign, has international customers, they're certainly going to be subject to that law. At this point, companies, if they haven't started preparing already, they need to familiarize themselves with GDPR. They need to get a team together internally to get an understanding of what type of data they're gathering about European citizens, if any, and put together a strategy or a team that will look at the data they're collecting, determine whether it's appropriate to be collecting that data, whether they are appropriately giving the right disclosures to the data subjects who they're gathering the data about, and making sure that they follow what the GDPR requires for preservation of data, making sure they have a breach response system in place, because breaches under GDPR have to be reported within 72 hours. Very, very rigid requirements that businesses need to familiarize themselves with. Ignoring GDPR is not a strategy, because it's just a matter of time before companies are going to be caught in the net of GDPR regulation and enforcement. And in fact, the enforcement actions have already started. So I think GDPR is here to stay. And I think we're going to start to see in the US, certain states, California just recently passed its own mini version of a very similar law. And as these start to take off, I think American companies are just going to have no choice but to make sure they comply. So GDPR is the first foray businesses are seeing into this new world, but I think it's coming to the shores of the US as well.